So, what is place value and why is it so very important? If you want to know the answer to this question, stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. I'm Vanessa Walker, pharmacy technician, educator, pharmacist. I like to teach math. There's a couple of things I like to teach. I like to teach math. I like to teach medical terminology. Okay, but let's get started. We are actually talking about place value today. And this is important when it comes to rounding your numbers. And rounding is important because you're going to be dealing with measurements and you're going to have to know how far out to go as far as rounding is concerned so that you don't create a conflict with your device. Okay, you can't be more precise than your device is capable of measuring. Okay, I was going to say you can't be more precise than your device, but you know, okay, no rhyming. All right, so what I'm about to teach you, I actually learned in grade school. When I was a youngster, way back when, my first grade teacher taught me about everything that was to the left of the decimal point. Even so much so that I wasn't even cognizant that the decimal point existed, right? So he taught us all about the ones place, the tens place, hundred, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, all of that. And to really come to the understanding that numbers never end. They go on into infinity. So there is no such thing as the last number. When I got into the fifth grade, I had another teacher, another great teacher, that made me aware that there was such a thing called the decimal point, and that to make me aware that there were actually numbers that could appear on the right side of the decimal point. Okay, so it was then that I found out that there were of fractions of the number one that are on the right side of the decimal point, and all of these places they end in THF, right? That signifies that it is a portion, it is a part, it's not whole by itself. So we have 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, and so on and so forth. And she gave me a sense, my fifth grade teacher gave me a sense that numbers can get infinitely smaller, right? So if you really, really wanted to get technical, there is no such thing as the first number. There's a whole host of infinity that goes on between 1 and 0. Okay, if you don't understand what I just said, that's okay. It takes some time to kind of assimilate that there are all of these different expressions that come between 1 and 0. Even when you're talking about between 1 and 2 or 7 and 8, 117 and 118. There's a whole, you can go really, really, really tiny and find tiny differences between 117 and 118, let's say, right? But everything is based on place value and understanding that numbers never, there's no such thing as the smallest number, and there's no such thing as the largest number, okay? So why is this important? It's important because of rounding. There are times when we have to round our number. Now, for example, if I know that I'm dealing with, I don't know, a bathroom scale, let's say, and I know that my bathroom scale is only capable of measuring to the 10th place, right? I'm not going to express my weight as something going into the hundredths place. That would be silly, right? Because the scale can only measure up to here. So any device that you have, it can be a very simple device like a ruler. Any device that you have that is calibrated, right? These things become, or this thought pattern becomes very, very important to understand, okay? All right. So rounding. When we have to round a number, excuse me, excuse me. I'm just erasing the words, giving more space. So let's say that I want to round to the 10th place, right? Which would be here. I have to look at the number that's to the right of that. If this number is 5 or greater, I go back here and I add 1 to this number, this digit that's here, and drop everything else. So the answer would be 1.7. 12,345.7 would be the answer, right? Now let's say that this number next to the 6 is a 3. And again, if I want to round to the nearest 10, and I see that this number here is less than 5, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back here, not do anything to the 6 here, and just drop everything that comes after it. So the answer will be 12,345.6. Okay? So remember, when you're rounding, you go to the digit that's immediately to the right of the place that you have to round to. If that digit is 5 or greater, you go back to the original number and you add 1, and nothing else follows that, right? If the number next to the place or the digit next to the place, to the right of the place that you have to round to is less than 5, then what you're going to do is go back to the original number in that place, and you're going to leave it alone and just drop everything that comes behind it. All right? Again, thank you for watching, and hopefully this is helping you. Okay, bye now. Hey, I thank you for watching. Do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment as well if you're so inclined. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video.